We have to go. It's time to save the world. Hello again and welcome to Cover by Cover. I'm Will Ryan.
I'm totally into you. But I'm only gonna bang chicks because...
Okay then. Today's anime is from a bygone era. A time when cloning sheep is no longer the stuff of science fiction, when mass suicides sometimes follow comets passing close to the Earth, and, of course, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
You just got all those off of Googling 1997. Okay, whatever. Another momentous thing that happened in 1997 was the release of today's anime, and boy is it a doozy. Ladies and gentlemen, Berserk.
Berserk is the gritty, dark, and brutal brainchild of Kentaro Miura. He's also known for... well, actually, he's not known for anything else, really. Just Berserk. He's either insanely dedicated to this story or not very creative.
I'm leaning towards the former, since this is a highly lauded series and cream tends to rise to the top. The manga itself started the run in 1988 and is still ongoing 30 years later. With 38 volumes and over 300 chapters, it's not quite on par with, say, One Piece, but it's obviously very important to Kentaro. Of course, an anime adaptation was inevitable, and near the end of 1997, the Golden Age was put on screen. Does the anime still hold up today? Kind of? But more on that later.
What? But why? I want to know now! You're gonna make me wait till the end of this video to find out?
What are you talking about? You're in this video, right now. You can't skip to the end.
Out of the way, loser! I'll show you what for. What? Hang on.
JT, no! Ladies and gentlemen, Full Metal Alchemy... Wait. Damn it, Joe, you skipped ahead to the next episode, didn't you?
Oh my god. Hang on. I can fix this.
No, I
Nope, still not right. Oh, hang on, I got this.
Don't you knock it off. Get out of my way.
Come on, what the fuck?
You shit. Never do that again.
I feel sick.
Good. Well, let's finally get this dog and pony show back on track. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Berserk. Okay, stop. Look, just because the original Japanese text was from top to bottom doesn't mean they needed to do this. This is absurdly difficult to read, and they don't even give us the decency of a voiceover reading it. Whatever, I'll just do it then. In this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or is it like the hand of God hovering above?
Or the dick of Satan penetrating from below.
You are just the worst.
At least it is true that...
You know what? No more. JT ruined it. Screw you, JT.
Yay! I did it! Yatta! Anywho, we kick things off with a smithy smithing the ever-loving Smith out of a sword. Oh my god! That fucking golem must have been a frail boy at the start of this project, and now he's huge! Strong Smithman!
We follow that with the opening credits sequence, and then we're treated to... well, just watch.
want to talk for a brief moment about tone. Obviously, we've edited this down slightly for your viewing pleasure, but aside from the opening credits, we've just watched about 2 minutes of footage from this anime, and not a single word has been spoken. In that time, they've shown us purely through visuals and a few sound effects that Guts is a stoic and built dude who has a massive sword. He's traveled to a new town, and this town is not a good place due to, the human trafficking. Now that's how you establish tone. A lesser anime would have expo dumped this on us in the first 10 seconds.
This world is hell. In this city, children are sold as slaves. And it's up to me, Guts, the Black Swordsman, to stop them. I have a huge sword. I mete out the only justice I can with it. Guts justice. Gutstis. Yeah, I'm here to dish out the gutstis with my huge sword. Because I'm the Black Swordsman. As you may already know,
we enter a dimly lit tavern and are treated to our first dialogue of the series.
I can't take it. Ever since Griffith became king, I've lost all hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have returned.
I wonder how the guards will be in these dark times under an evil baron. I guess trustworthy, probably. Yeah, trustworthy. Does trustworthy sound right to you, JT?
Hey! Some nice people just left a table for us.
Well, they were on their way out anyway. Really, they were helping.
That's the stuff. Easy does it now, baby.
I mean, it's important to learn a trade. These guys are just promoting youth work programs. We're still good.
please, let Colette go. I'm begging you.
Shut up, old man.
I mean, they were obviously trying to help him by standing up, but accidentally kicked his walking stick away, then oops, kicked him in the stomach. There's still nothing untoward here.
What?
Anyway, we're pretty obviously setting up an entrance for our hero here. Any minute now.
Come on, baby. Why don't you pour me a little more? Whoops. You know what that means, don't you? You're gonna have to put that pretty little mouth of yours to work. Now.
The door must be stuck. Any minute.
Lean it till you can see your reflection.
Yeah, I want to see my face in it.
Oh my god! Is he okay?
I'll let you live so you can take a message to your master for me. Tell him the Black Swordsman has come.
Okay, I gotta say a piece here real quick. Now, hear me out. These guards are obviously assholes. They're ruffians, bullies. They've kicked an old man and are being douches to this little girl for no reason. It could be argued that they deserve their own solid ass kicking, but have they done anything thus far worthy of a death sentence? Hell, even Judge Dredd wouldn't go that far right out of the gate. He'd at least need a decent reason to myrtleize every last motherfucker. Guts is just guilty until proven dead. That's Gutstis for you.
And that man has just been cleaved in half by Guts' 12-foot-long iron slab. I thought Cloud Strife's sword was a bit much, but this is getting out of hand. How tall is the ceiling in this bar? And how does Guts even lift that effing thing?
Well, obviously he bought the How to Be the Greatest Swordsman in the Grand Line training DVD set by Roronoa Zoro. It's been very motivational for him. Anyhow, it turns out Guts wrecked shop just to get an audience with the previously mentioned bad dude in charge. The villainous lord seems okay with this. What's wrong with your eyes? Well, Demon Snake Man is obviously Demon Snake Man.
Guts decides that's enough Gutstis for today and takes an uneventful nap in the woods. Yep, entirely uneventful. Nothing bad could ever happen.
Go away!
Leave me be.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
Actually, this scene is designed to show the tortured nature of our protagonist. He's quite literally got some demons in his past that continue to haunt him. However, while there's a bit of a feeling of dread going on here, we've got zero context as to what these images are that we're being shown. I mean, from what I can tell, we've got Mars Attacks, the cute one, Mr. Potato Head, and... who are these demons? Are they demons at all? I mean, I'm just assuming here because of their scary nature, but heck, they might be ghosts. Former love interests? It's all a bit hazy at the moment.
I want you folks to remember this scene for later on. We'll be referencing it during our wrap-up because it's got some significant parallels to... well, another series we'll be discussing eventually.
Ooh, I want to take a look at that right now. I'm just going to skip ahead. Okay, well, come on. Now, technically, we already saw a scene from next week's episode, so I know that you can't shoot me dead here. Therefore...
As Guts finds out whether or not a black swordsman shits in the woods, Baron von Sneck sits by his Sneck-shaped armor and eats a lovely dinner as this other fellow, whoever he is, pleads with the Baron and is met with a typical Snecky response.
I don't care about them. Let them burn.
Typical! Well, at least he's just showing us his tapestry collection depicting the destruction of the town rather than actually, animating it. Come on, 90s anime, get it together.
Guts arrives on the scene to throw down with the Baron. I sense a boss fight coming on. Better kill the ads first while you can.
Well, I guess they'll only be half the men they used to be. Winky and the Serpentine Dream square off, and our slab-wielding hero is thoroughly bitched. However, Guts reloads and out-bastards the Baron with his bitch-beating cross-bitch. However, this is not enough bitch as Guts proceeds to get tail-whipped into oblivion. I hope he doesn't end up in the obituaries.
Did you have a stroke? Well, piss on me and tell me it's raining. The snake-like Baron with his snake eyes, snake armor, and snake tongue turned out to be a giant snake. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another extraordinarily exciting episode of Places to Never Pause.
All right, well, what nightmare fuel have we got here? The Baron's face is now inside the snake monster's mouth, which notably has its own set of eyes and teeth and such. I mean, I feel like this would make chewing quite difficult. It doesn't appear that the Baron's inner mush can ever close its stupid vagina-faced hole due to that growth of a tongue. To top it all off, that fleshy color just screams, I was psychologically scarred as a child and need significant therapy. Doesn't it, Kentaro, old buddy?
Things are looking a bit bad for old Gutsy here, but it turns out he's got a trick up his sleeve. Or rather, in his sleeve. Or rather, in his arm. It's literally a gun in his arm. We Mega Man now. He thoroughly wipes the floor with Snack, former king of Snack, collects his baylet, that little egg-looking doodad, and, oh, for fuck's sake, this was all taking place in the future? Boo! Whatever, I guess. Young Guts squares off against Sigvard of Katarina here, and the episode ends. Alright, time to talk shit. Spoilers. The episode we just watched has absolutely nothing to do with the entire series. It takes place way after everything we're about to see. Also, it's completely inconsequential. I guess we managed to find a show that one-upped Gungrave, only this time it's an incredibly disappointing bait and switch. All of that was so awesome, but I guess we're stuck with Onion Fag now. I mean, none of the characters we met in that episode ever matter except for, obviously, Guts. It was, for lack of a better term, a filler episode that just so happens to take place chronologically after this series in full. The only thing it accomplished was giving us some questions to hopefully answer later, such as, why is Guts tormented by his past? Who were those 4 floating demons? And of course, what exactly is Gutstis? But the problem is, starting the show this way doesn't do anything for us, the audience. If they wanted some foreshadowing, they could have shown Guts at the smithy with his gigantihuge being tempered, then the brand on his neck and him deep in thought with a troubled look on his face, to then immediately flash to where we are now. This would establish that down the line, Guts becomes a huge badass, and that he's got scars from his past, and the brand is literally that, of course. I mean, as cool as the tone was in that first episode, I feel like it was just a waste.
At least in Gungrave, most of the characters we met in that first episode were relevant, but I'm getting really sick and tired of this non-sequential first episode bullshit. I just end up feeling cheated. I want the last 22 minutes of my life back.
You want another one?
Because we saw how well that worked for you last time.
Yeah! Where's your paradox now, bitch?
Ow!
Let's continue.
In this world.
Oh, what the Now you narrate that opening line? Where were you last time, dick shit? My neck still hurts. Anyway, we're introduced to the Grey Knight Pazuzu, who...
Pazuzu, known as the 30-man slayer! Also known as the bear slaughterer.
Who are these guys? What, his entourage? Do they plant sleeper agents into the ranks of their enemies just to spout expository titles about their enemies? Also, I'm sorry to say, but killing 30 men is way more impressive than slaughtering a bear.
What? Bullshit! Killing a bear in medieval times is badass. I mean, 30 men is just 30 men. He didn't even necessarily have to kill them all at the same time, but a bear? That is intense.
No, it isn't. Killing bears is easy. I've done it plenty of times.
Who is that?
He's still a kid.
Look at the size of that sword! Look at the size of that sword!
You know, sometimes it's the little things in life.
Or in this case, the big things.
And you killed it. Thanks, JT.
I see you've got some balls, but you're gonna regret it when I chop your balls off with my axe. I see you've got some balls, but you're gonna regret it when I chop your balls off with my axe.
Hey, JT. You're fired.
Speed! He's dominating!
Yeah, all that skill as demonstrated by Guts mashing the R1 button repeatedly.
Mercy!
Whew, damn! That was a pretty intense fight scene.
Wait, what the hell? I fired you! Get the fuck out! Now, as you may already know...
Griffith, another major character, observes the fight and decides it's high time for him and his mercenaries to GTFO. Soon after, Guts counts his bounty, which is apparently a coin of endless giving.
Wait a minute. I will secure your position and income as well. You won't need to put yourself in danger as a grunt during the war.
Don't touch me!
Well, that outburst seemed a little uncalled for. Anyway, Guts heeds Sonic's advice only to stumble into a random encounter just outside town.
Should we go get him? He was our opponent.
That doesn't matter. The job's done. Then again, I'm sure his coin purse runneth over. You know, he got plenty of money for defeating Bezuso.
Hey, isn't that the guy that just single-handedly killed Bezuso, the 30-man slayer? We should mug him. Let's see, there are 4 of us and 1...
Look at the size of that sword! This guy's too damn powerful. Look what that guy did to Dan and Earl. Look at the size of that sword.
No, wait a second. Dan and Earl? Seriously? Can you get any more plain names in this fantasy medieval setting? Jeez, better watch out or they'll call in the big dogs. Tony, Bill, and Steve.
God! Casca's being driven into a corner!
None of us can beat Casca. Look at the size of that.
Griffith!
Griffith.
Guts doesn't actually die. Instead, we're treated to his fever dreams.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Please, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Well, you can touch me.
Guts wakes up in the encampment of the Band of the Hawk and gets to say hello to Casca for the first time.
Eyes.
There! I reopened your wounds! Now I'll have to lay with you for another 3 days! I don't give a fuck!
He shouldn't have spared that brute's life.
Well, I assume he intends to have that guy join us.
Huh?
We saw with our own eyes how powerful he is.
Never! Don't be ridiculous, Rickett!
What the hell? Rickett? What, were they expecting him to catch rickets and die as an infant, so they just named him that? What, were his siblings measles, AIDS, and dysentery?
Actually, his sister Dysentery did die. Of cancer, mind you. Shortly after getting dysentery.
Anyway, we're introduced to some more members of the Band of the Hawk, and Griffith takes Guts aside for a personal question.
Tell me why. You could have stabbed me through the heart back there. It would have been easy for you. Why didn't you kill me?
No, not yet. Griffith reminisces that Guts had an extraordinary fight with Bezuso and asks him if he'd like to join the Band of the Hawk.
I want you to join me, Guts.
What is this?
Okay, and now!
Dear Lord. Unfortunately, Guts does not approve of Griffith's lifestyle and challenges him to a duel.
What if I win?
Do whatever you want with me.
Sweet shit! The episode ends with the two crossing swords. Actual swords! Oh god. Verdict time! Well, JT, you made it all the way to the end. And without skipping like a cheating bitch.
What do I win?
Nothing!
Oh. That's a shitty...
Look at the size of that sword!
No, you killed it.
I disagree. Alright, here's what I've got to say about this. The Berserk anime is good. It's pretty decent and really holds up well considering its age. However, more recently there have been 3 movies released covering the same material. They essentially recap the events covered here in a much more efficient format and prove to be a bit more faithful to the source material. The animation is also spectacular, the voice acting is a lot more polished, and it's a real treat for both fans of the original series and newcomers to the franchise. Now, since it basically retells the events shown here, it also sort of overwrites it in a way. In fact, the movies do quite a bit better in terms of cohesive and clean storytelling. If you recall from a few minutes ago, the scene with, the archdemons strobing out in Guts' head, they don't show any of this at the beginning of the movie series. It's not necessary to have it in order to get involved with Guts' story. Sure, showing ambiguous portents might be intriguing to some, but the movies are able to capture your interest and attention without the need for vague, creepy monster dreams that leave you asking, huh? Until the very end. Ultimately, if the movies didn't exist, this series would be worth a watch for sure, but now that they do, and in fact a follow-up series was released as of last year, it's a solid take it or leave it.
You will, however, encounter some notable problems indicative of anime of its time, including mismatched or clumsy dubbing, animation errors and shortcuts, and, of course, bad opening.
Put your glasses on, nothing will be wrong. There's no break, there's no fake. It's up to...
But I still really like the story. If you find yourself crunched for time and can only watch one or the other, we wholeheartedly recommend the film collection. However, if you enjoyed the films and want to spend more time in the grisly, dark, and well-realized world of Guts, Griffith, and Casca, I feel that there's absolutely no reason to pass on Berserk.
Well, that's going to conclude our time in the magical land of... Come to think of it, do they ever tell us the name of the world that Berserk takes place in?
Oh, absolutely, you missed it. It's called...
Look at the size of that sword!
Anyway, that's gonna do it for today once again. I'm Will Ryan.
And I'm JT Camp, reminding you at home, it really doesn't fucking matter what I say here, because whatever I say, you're just gonna replace it with that stupid clip.
No, I'm not. Now, can you read the line as written, jackass?
Fine. And I'm JT Camp, reminding you at home...
Look at the size of that sword!
Well, at least he's finally gone. Now, as you may already know...